Good morning. I have not been able to successfully. I don't like this camera. Somebody sent me a recommendation for a new camera because I don't like this camera, and I was gonna try to do a body shot on yesterday, but obviously that didn't work because it only took the top half of my body, and that's not a body shot, so we need to fix that. But anyway, this morning I got up and um, did my morning workout, and I ran 3 miles this morning, and I did 20 minutes of step aerobics, and I really feel good about that. And yesterday I had a moment in my day where I really felt really overwhelmed, and I um I had to stop and I had to regroup and I had to remind myself um, that I'm not in this by myself. And I know that I tell that to everybody that I talk to. We're on a journey, and we're asking God to go with us and to go before us and to be our rear guard and all of this other stuff. But sometimes I gotta stop and talk to myself. Hold on. Oh, it's just too much background noise. And when things start happening to overwhelm us and be out of our control, then sometimes we have a tendency to just revert back to old habits. And I'm not I'm not immune to that. I have the same uh, sort of response or reflex, and I had to stop. I had to physically stop and almost shout, "I trust you, God." And I had to remind myself that sometimes we let what we see trick us out of what is true. And I know that that seems a little confusing, but just because things were not perfect at that moment did not mean that I had not already come a really long way. It did not negate the progress that I had already made, and it did not change the fact that I have the ability within me to succeed. So even though that moment in time may have been overwhelming and feeling like everything is going wrong and nothing can go right, I had to stop and just say, stop. I don't care what it feels like right now. I don't care what it sounds like. I know that I can do this because I'm already doing it. And I know that I can prevail over this because I've prevailed over it before. And um, if you ever get in a moment like that, sometimes you have to just stop and talk to yourself. And then I talked to God and I reminded him of everything that he ever promised me. Everything. And when I was reminding him, I was really reminding me because God didn't forget. He doesn't forget. I guess I had a glitch in my um, memory banks or whatever, but just reminded God, you promised me. You promised me that you would never leave me nor forsake me. You promised me that you would never see the righteous forsaken. You promised me that I was above and not beneath. You promised me that no weapon formed against me would prosper. You promised me all these things, and because you promised me, I know that I can trust you. So I know that I got to pull myself up out of this situation, and I got to stop for a minute, and I have to recover where I'm feeling at that moment and say, you know what? I'm not going to live in this moment. I'm going to live in a future moment, a moment that God is in control, a moment that I'm not overwhelmed and overcome by my emotion. I'm going to stop. I'm going to stop this moment. This moment is finished because this moment is not working for me. I'm not getting ready to fall back into old things. I'm going to reach forward and I'm going to go forward. Now, this was for me this morning, and I just had to share it for me in sort of in my journal here so that I can be mindful that every day is not going to feel like the best day of your life. But if you can just remember, if I can just remember that I can take back any day and turn it back over to God and relinquish my own control over it and trust that He will take me to the next place that I need to be, then it shall be well. So I'm going to keep walking on water. And I hope that you do the same. Walking on water. I love you. And today is Friday, so get outside this weekend and do something wonderful and fabulous. Oh my goodness, this is so ridiculous. This computer is so ridiculous. I could just throw it out the window. So now I can't stop the daggone video because the mouse is not responding. How's that for living in the moment? The mouse is not responding. Oh, goodness. I think we've got it.